You know, every generation produces a voice that makes people uncomfortable. Not because they are loud, but because they refuse to say what everyone expects. Today, that voice for many people is Candace Owens. But here's the thing most people miss. Candace Owens didn't appear out of nowhere. She fits into a long, complicated line of black thinkers, some celebrated and some rejected, who challenged power, community, and identity in very different ways. So let me tell you a quiet story about Candace Owens and the figures she often compared to, but rarely understood alongside. Let's start with Malcolm X. Malcolm believed black people had been psychologically colonized. That freedom didn't start with laws, it started in the mind. But here's what people forget. Malcolm X was deeply suspicious of white liberals. He believed sympathy without power was a trap. Candace Owens echoes that distrust. But where Malcolm saw liberation through collective black consciousness, Candace actually sees liberation through individual responsibility. Same diagnosis, very different medicine. Now let's talk about Thomas Sowell. Sowell didn't shout, he didn't march. He used data, code, and comfortable data. He argued that culture often matters more than oppression. That policies meant to help black people sometimes hurt them long term. Candace Owens followed this path closely. Like Sowell, she believes statistics don't lie, even when they offend. But where Sowell sounds like a professor explaining history, Candace sounds like someone breaking a taboo in public. Same ideas, different delivery. Now let's step outside America. Think about Pan-African thinkers. Nkrumah, Cabral, Sankara. They believed black suffering wasn't accidental, it was structural, global, intentional. They spoke of imperialism, economic control, culture, erasure. This is where Candace sharply departs, where Pan-Africanism says systems were designed to break us. Candace says staying broken has become profitable politically and culturally. To her, the danger isn't white supremacy alone, it's black dependence or grievance. And that's why she angers so many people, because she doesn't speak like an activist. She speaks like someone who believes the fight is already failed and needs to be rethought from the ground up. Here's the uncomfortable reality. Candace Owens isn't Malcolm X. She isn't Thomas Sowell. And she definitely isn't Pan-African revolutionary. She's something else. She represents a generation asking dangerous question. What if the story we've been telling ourselves is no longer helping us survive? Some hear that as betrayal. Others hear it as honesty. And history shows us this clearly. Black voices are rarely punished for being wrong. They are punished for being out of alignment. So before we reduce Candace Owens to a hero or a villain, maybe we should do what history demands of us. Listen carefully, compare thoughtfully, and ask ourselves, is she wrong? Or is she saying something we are not ready to hear yet? Because every generation that grows first argues loudly and only later understands quietly. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Until next time, stay black. Peace.